Let's continue where we left off from the first part, and if you haven't watched that yet, links will be in the description below as always. The first one will be an animal, which will be the tiger from the animal build hacks, except it's going to be the white tiger, and for that I'll be using stripped pale oak logs and planks for the whole build. It's pretty much the same as the old one but with different blocks. For the tiger stripes, I'll be using 4 banners with the same patterns, and those banners will have tiny changes to each of them, plus it adds a bit of randomness to it and some realism as well. Now, as you can see, as I'm placing the different banners, it doesn't look bad with the different patterns and stripes, and it looks better and more realistic. So yeah, that is our white tiger build. If you want to see the original version of the tiger, you can do that by watching my animal build hacks. Again, link is down in the description or clicking the top right corner. This is another old build of mine from the Cherry Garden build hacks. It's a flamingo statue using pale oak, and again, they're the same but with different blocks. The only new thing here is you can change the placement of the stairs for variations, and just like the cherry one, you can also make a fountain with it, and with the pale version, it is so much better. And yeah, let me know which version is better. I'll make a poll about it once the video is up, cherry or pale oak. Instead of dirt paths, you can also use creaking hearts to make pathway or dirt paths, and it's a good alternative to use for blocks like mycelium and pale moss. I do find that the two are better with the creaking heart than it is on the regular dirt and mud blocks, but I guess it's on the contrast, and you can use both if you want, no problem. What I like about it is you can turn it into tire marks when you're building a cart or a car on a dirt block or mycelium block. The tutorial for the cart will be in the description below. It's a part of the medieval build hacks, so if you like medieval stuff, you can check that out. Apparently, there's a new way to make snowy trees, and it's replacing the spruce leaves with pale oak leaves to have that snowy effect to it. And this isn't my original idea, it was made by a Reddit user, Koala1 from the Minecraft Build subreddit. And this also applies to oak trees as well, not just spruce trees to have that variation. And yeah. Since Minecraft has added pale oak trees, I think it makes sense to make a dead willow tree since the new pale trees is based on willow trees. This build is a mixture of pale oak logs and tough blocks since both blocks almost have the same color and texture, and you don't need to copy the exact tree I did because it doesn't need to be perfect as trees are all different. So it's definitely up to you to build your own, how big or small you want it to be. And to make it better, I added a creaking heart just like some pale trees have. And since it's Halloween, I decided to add a little detail around the tree as well. Similar to the swamp monster from the moss build hacks, we can make a pale moss version that would make a perfect addition to the pale garden. And this is made with just pale moss with a little mix of pale logs, creaking heart, and some other decorations. Now for this part, I decided to add some pale leaves, some saplings, glow lichens, and some corals around it to add some more details and add some depth into it. Don't forget the hanging pale moss as it is one of the most important part of the monster. And that is it. We now have the pale moss monster. You can add this in the pale gardens and it kinda blends in a little bit like the creaking, which is really nice. Similar to the dirt golem from 1.17 build hacks, you can make a pale golem using pale moss blocks. This is like the pale moss monster we did, but a way cuter and smaller version. Since we're doing a pale golem here, I think it makes sense to make the eyes orange to match the creaking mob's eyes. For the mouth, I think Creaking Heart is a good block for it, and we're just gonna surround it with pale oak logs as well just to give it some details. And there we go, we now have a cute pale golem. As some people suggest, Mojang should add white pumpkins, especially now that they added the pale gardens, and I do think it fits right in the biome, especially to how spooky it looks, and it's just perfect for it. But with banners, it's possible to make a white carved pumpkin using different patterns, and it is one of my favorite banner builds just because the Mojang logo is being used to make the mouth for our pumpkin. Now you can use yellow dye if you want a jack-o'-lantern, though it doesn't light up like the actual pumpkin, it still makes a good decoration for Halloween. Now you can use the pale oak planks as an alternative to quartz or polished diorite when making a build like the skull. I decided to make a skull portal since it's Halloween month, and for the first step here, it's going to be the foundation. If you're building with me here, you can pause or rewind the video. For the backside, it's just gonna be pale oak, nothing too fancy. Okay, now that the foundation is done, let's now add the details using slabs and stairs. And lastly here for the skull's teeth, it's gonna be dripstone. And there's our skull portal. You can also add lights in there like shroom lights for the eyes so it's glowing at night. And I prefer this one just because of how cool it looks. If you're decorating a cave, a mix of end rods, diorite walls, pale oak fence, and candles can make you a stalagmite, which is another alternative to dripstone. Plus, it gives off some light from the end rods, so you don't need to place torches around it whenever it's dark or at night. Here's a simple furniture to add to your bedroom that's small and doesn't take up much space. It also provides the basic tools and storage needed in survival, as well as a display for your armor stand. And last but not least, you can make a smooth graded wall with gravel, pale moss block, pale oak logs, and creaking hearts. Now to make it smooth, we're just gonna place glow lichens on the pale oak and gravel for the effect. Before I end this video, I have a bonus build for you, and that is if you grab a debug stick and try to turn on the bottom of the pale moss carpet, it shows all the vines from around the block, and it looks like a fake grass if you try to place it between the grass, and it can also look like a fake plant decor, which is nice. Are these creak-worthy builds? If you think so, then subscribe because 82% of you aren't subscribed to the channel yet. So if you want more builds like this one, please do subscribe, and for updates, you can follow my socials in the description. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.